Hello, good afternoon everyone. My name is Keisha Asarampal with my SID 33230095. So today I will be presenting about part of speech. Let's begin. What is parts of speech? Parts of speech are categories of words based on their function and roles within a sentence. Every word in a sentence has a specific role, such as subject, predicate, object, complement, or connected. Uh, Understanding part of speech help us to know how each word works together to form clear and grammatically correct sentence. Next, tips that recognize and use part of speech. First, identify a word's function by its context in the sentence. Second, use clear example sentence to understand each part of speech. Third, practice making simple sentence with different part of speech. Fourth, read, read and listen to different texts to see how words are used. And last one is use dictionaries and grammar tools for help and example. Next slide. There are eight main part of speech. First is a noun, second pronoun, third verbs, four adjective, five adverb, six preposition, seven conjunction, and last one is interjection. Next. First, we start with noun. A noun is a word used to name a person, place, thing, or idea or concept. A noun can function as the subject of a sentence or as an object, both direct and indirect objects. Types of nouns. First, common noun, general things or categories. Example is like city, dog, house. Second, proper noun, specific names, always capitalized. Example like Jones, Jakarta, and Monday. And last one is abstract noun, ideas, concept, qualities, or condition that cannot be perceived by the five senses. Example, happiness, freedom, courage. Next slide. Example. First, the teacher is very kind. Now, the teacher's referring a noun. Two, I live in a big city. The city is a noun. Three, freedom is important for everyone. Freedom is a noun. Four, Jeno went to the market. Jeno is a noun. And five, she bought a new car. Car is a noun. Next slide. Pronoun. A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun to avoid repetition in sentence. Pronouns act as substitutes for subject, object, or possessive nouns, making sentence shorter and clearer. Type of pronouns. First, personal pronouns. Like example is I, you, he, she, it, we, they, or I, they, we, he, she, it. Second is possessive pronouns like mine, yours, his, her, ours, and theirs. Three, reflexive pronouns. Myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, herself, yourself, and themselves. Next, demonstrative pronouns. These, that, these, those. And next, relative pronouns. Who, whom, which, that. And the last one is indefinite pronouns like someone, anyone, everyone, and nobody. Okay, next slide. Example. First, he is reading a newspaper. He is the pronoun. Second, they are going to the park. There is river to pronoun. Third, this pen is mine. Or that is not my responsibility. That is not. Five, someone broke the window. Someone is pronoun. Next slide. Verbs. Verbs show an action, someone, or something. This or state of being. Verbs are essential because they tell us what the subject is doing experience. Type of verbs. First, action verbs. Show physical or mental activity like run, eat, jump, and think. Second is linking verbs. Short states or condition. Be, become, save. 3. Helping verbs used with main verbs to question negatives like is, are, have, do. Example, first, he vibes to music all night long. Vibe is our verbs. Second, we chill at the cafe after class. Chill is a verbs. Number 3, she slides her presentation like boss. Slide is a verb. 4, I feel much better now. Feel is a verb. 5, the cat jumped off the table. Jump is a verb. Next slide. Adjective. Describe or gives qualities, characteristic, or states to a noun or pronoun. Adjective expressively traits, emotional states, or other characteristics of the subject. They help make the meaning clearer and more specific by expressing how something looks, feels, or behaves. Position of adjective easily placed before a noun, attribute adjective. Can also be placed after a linking verb, predicate adjective. Example. First, the beautiful flower is blooming. Beautiful is adjective. Second, she is a happy girl. Happy as an adjective. 3. The cake tastes delicious. Delicious for adjective. 4. The sky is bright today. Bright is adjective. 5. She wore a blue dress yesterday. Blue is adjective. Next, adverb. An adverb is a word that expands or provides additional information about a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. It shows how, when, where, how often, or under what condition an action occurs. Types of verb. First, verb of manner. Explain how something is done. Example, quickly, slowly, carefully. Second is adverb of time, indicates when something happens. Example, now, yesterday, sir. Third, adverb of place, show where the action takes place. Example, here, there, everywhere. Fourth, adverbs of frequency, show how often something occurs. Example, always, often, never. Last type is adverb of degree. Express the level or degree of something. Example, very, quiet, almost. Okay, next to example. First, the kids played outside. Outside is a adverb. Second, she is extremely tall. Is a extremely as a adverb. 2. He speaks clearly during meetings. 4. She sings beautifully. And last one is she speaks quiet softly. Okay, next slide. Preposition. Preposition is a word that shows the relationship between others words in sentence, especially relationship of location, time, or other connection between a noun and other sentence elements. Common preposition. In, on, at, by, with, from, to, under, over, between, among. Function of preposition indicates first indicates location or place. Second indicates the time when something happens. 3. Indicate mean or instrument used. 4. Express other relationship like purpose, origin, or cause. Example. First, the cat is under the chair. Under is a preposition. 2. We will have a meeting at noon. At is a preposition. 3. They are traveling to Milan. 2 is a preposition. 4. She wrote the letter with a pen. With is a preposition. And the last one is I am from England. From is a preposition. Okay, next slide. Conjunction. A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, or clauses within a sentence to clarify their relationship and make the sentence cohesive. Function of conjunction is connect words, connect phrases, and connect clauses. Types of conjunction. First, coordinating conjunction. Connect element of equal important. Word praises clauses. Example, and, but, or, nor, for, so, here. Second, subordinating conjunction. Connect a main clause with a subordinate clause which is not equal. Example, because, although, if, since, when. Third, correlative conjunction. Create conjunction that connect two equal elements together. Example, either nor, neither nor, would and. Example, she likes tea and coffee, and is a preposition. 2. We can go to the park or stay home. Are is a preposition. 3. I was hungry, but I didn't eat. But is a preposition. 4. He left early because he had a meeting. Because is a preposition. 5. The last one is although he was tired, he kept working. Although is preposition. Next slide. Interjection. An interjection is a short word or phrase that expresses a strong or sudden feeling or emotion. It often stands alone and is not grammatically connected to other part of the sentence. Function of interjection. First, show surprise or shout. Second, express joy, excitement, and admiration. 3. Indicate pain or discomfort. 4. Capture attention or feed someone. Type of interjection. First, emotional interjection. Express feelings such as surprise, joy, or anger. Example: oh, wow, ouch, hey. Next, positive interjection. Used to get someone's attention or to request something. Hey, listen. Hello. Fill pauses or sounds or words used to fill pauses in speech. Example, mm, er. Example sentence. First, oh, that's an amazing voice. 2. Ouch, that's hard. 3. Oops, I dropped my phone. 4. Bravo, you did a great job. 5. I'm not sure about that. Part 2. We move to part 2. Case study. Okay. Case study 1. Sentence is, I unlike going to crowded places, but my friend likes them. First, identification of all morphemes. This is, you can see the table. Is a word and morpheme. First, I. Word I show it pre-morphemes. Word and like shows on prefix pre-morpheme, like pre-morpheme. Going. Go pre-morpheme. In suffix bone morpheme. 2 is a free morpheme. Crowded. Crowd is a free morpheme. At ed suffix bone morpheme. Places. Place free morpheme. Ed at as suffix bone morpheme. But is a free morpheme. My is a free morpheme. Friend is a free morpheme. Likes like is a free morpheme. At as suffix bone morpheme. Them is a free morpheme. Next, 2. Classification of morpheme, bone or free morpheme. Morphemes I. Its classification is free. On is a bone morpheme. Prefix like is a free morpheme. In is a bone morpheme. Suffix 2 is a free morpheme. Crowd is a free morpheme. Ed is a bone morpheme. Suffix. Place is a free morpheme. As is a bone morpheme. Suffix. But is a free morpheme. My is a free morpheme. Friend is a free morpheme. As is a bone morpheme. Suffix. Them is a free morpheme. Okay, next slide. 3. Explanation of the prefix on and suffix as. Prefix on meaning negates or gives the opposite meaning to the best words. Example, like unlike means don't like or different from. This is an example of derivational morphology where the prefix change changes both the meaning and sometimes the grammatical category of the word. Suffix as meaning indicate plural nouns and a person singular present tense for verbs. Example: place, places as marks the plural of place. Likes, marks, likes as marks third person singular present tense of like. This is an example of inflectional morphology where the suffix modify grammatical function without creating a new word. Next, explanation based on two morphological theories. First, derivational morphology theories. The prefix on changes the meaning of the root to create a new word with an opposite meaning. Bauer, 1983. This process generates new lexical items and can alter the word class. Laurie, 1983, English Word Formation, Cambridge University Press. This book truly discusses how derivational affixes like prefix and suffix function to form new words and alter meanings. 2. Inflectional morphology theory. The suffix as signal grammatical categories such as tense, inverse, and number is enough. It does not create new words but modify exciting one to fit synthetic context. Aronoff, 1994. Aronoff, Mark, 1994. Morphology by itself. Stems and inflectional classes, MIT Press. Next to case study 2, analysis of word pairs. Pairs: manage to management, talk to talking, hop to hopeful, play to played. Identification of inflectional and derivational morphemes. Pair: manage to management, morpheme ment, type derivational. Talk to talking, morpheme in, type inflectional. Hop to hopeful, morpheme full, type derivational. Play to played, morpheme ed, type inflectional. The tree structure. First one is a manage to management. Noun to manage is verb, and man and at man is a affixes or derivational suffix. Number 2 is a talk to talking. Talking is verb. The best word is talk, verb. Add in affixes inflectional suffix. So talking. 3. Hop to hopful. The best one is the best word is a hop is verb, and add with full affixes full is a derivational suffix, and hopeful is a adjective. 4. Play to play it. The best word is play, add with ed, add with affixes ed or inflectional suffix, and so played, and played is verb. And sorry about that explanation, I read down in the paper. Next, differences in meaning, grammatical function, and word place change. Derivational morphemes me, meant, and full change word meaning and often the part of speech or class. Manage verb to management noun. Hop verb to hopeful adjective. Inflectional morphemes in and ed. Do not change the word car meaning or part of speech. They reflect grammatical information like tense or aspect. Talk, stay, a verb in talking, present participle form. Play, stay, a verb in play, past tense form. Justification using morphology principle. According to Laura Barr in English word formation divisional morphemes, create new words and frequently change word class, impacting meaning substantially. Inflectional morphemes. Discussed by Mark Aronoff in Morphology by Itself, 1994, serves grammatical purposes like tense or number, modifying word form without creating like new lexical or class. Inflectional affixes are typically more regular, always appear after the derivational affixes within a word. Last, this structural difference clarifies why management is a new noun derived from a verb while talking and played are from inflected for aspect and tense respectively. If you want, I'm sorry. Next is case study 3. First, why when can it be explained by a regular morphological rules? When is not formed by adding ed to both because it comes from a completely different root historically and is not regular past tense forms. Regular English verbs form their past tense by adding ed But go is an irregular verb with a superlative past tense went, which cannot be verified by straightforward morphological processes rules of adding ed. 2. Definition of suppletion and um, example and example in English. Suppletion is a linguistic phenomenon where an inflected form of a word is replaced completely by a different word with a different root, rather than by applying regular morphological changes. Example of suppletion in English include be with past form was or were, go with past tense form when. Adjective like good with comparative better and superlative best, bad with comparative worse and superlative worse. Next, case study 3. Number 3. How superlative forms are represented in the mental lexicon according to morphological theory. Superlative form like when are stored separate and thrice in the mental lexicon rather than being generated by rules. This means the brain treats this irregular form as a whole unit or distinct word accessed directly rather than formed by applying morphological rules like adding suffixes. This differs from regular verbs which are mentally processed through rule application. 4. Theoretical evidence from linguistic research. Suppletion is a linguistic phenomenon where one word from is completely replaced by a different unrelated word from inflection rather than following regular rules like adding ed. For example, go becomes when in the past tense, which is irregular and cannot be explained by regular morphology. Suppletion often occurs in very common words and must be memorized. This phenomenon has been studied since the late 19th century with care researchers like Hermann Osthoff who coined the term, and modern scholars like Franz Planck and Miguel Vincent who explain suppletion as from like linked by meaning but from different roots. Stored separately in mental lexicon. Suppletive forms show how adapt irregularly while preserving frequent word forms. Next. Case 34. First is morpheme decomposition. What? Greenhouse. Green plus house. Blackboard. Black plus board. Smartphone, smart plus phone, pickpocket, pick plus pocket. 2. Endocentric versus exocentric compounds. Greenhouse, endocentric a type of house, like board, endocentric a type of board. Smartphone, endocentric a type of smartphone, type of a phone. Pickpocket, exocentric, not a type of pocket or picking, it's mean thief. Meaning emergence, head versus modified. The meaning mainly depends on the head, second element, which define the general categories or object, while the modifier specific characteristic. For example, in greenhouse. How is the head, and breed describe the type of house? 4. Stress pattern affect compound word usually have first word example, blackboard plus blackboard. Stress on the first word signal as compound noun with a new meaning, whereas equal or a second word stress often signal a phrase of literal meaning. 5. Theoretical perspective. From a morphological perspective, Katamban and 1993, compounds are analyzed by internal structure and meaning based on head and modifiers. From a phonological perspective, stress pattern signal compound boundaries and affect interpretation. Example, Lieberman et al. In 1982. Thus, both morphological structure and stress pattern are essentials to understanding compound word meaning and classification. Next, last case study is case study 5. Analyze the unbelievableness. Identify and classify each morpheme. On the table is a morpheme, type, and description. First one is un. Type is bound morpheme. Description is a prefix, beneficial, negates meaning. Belief. Type is free morpheme. Description is a root or best word. Able is a bound morpheme. Suffix beneficial from adjective meaning able to be. And last one is ness. Is a type of bound morpheme. Suffix beneficial from noun indicating quality or state. It's a diagram tree or unbelievableness. Un is affixes. Believe is a verb. And able is affixes. And ness is affixes. believe, unable, believe plus able is adjective, and un plus believe plus able is adjective, and un plus believe plus able plusness is a noun. Interaction of derivational and inflection processes. This word is formed entirely through derivational morphology, adding prefix and suffixes to change clauses and meaning. No inflectional morphemes, such as dash or number brackets, appear in this word. The word show how multiple derivational morphemes combine sequentially to produce a complex noun. Next, derivational morphology theory, Bellier 1983, explain how affixes like un, able, and ness change the meaning a grammatical category affords by forming new words from the word barrier, English word formation 1983. Next, morphological structure and word formation theory, Aronoff 1994, clarifies that these affixes are not inflectional but derivational, responsible for lexical changes in meaning and category rather than expressing grammatical relation. Mike Aronoff, Morphology itself, 1994. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for listening my explanation. Sorry if I had a worse meaning or worse something like that. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.